DUI defense lawyer Brandon, Mississippi. Call 601-773-7777.
Welcome to Ask a Lawyer with attorney Joey Franks at the Franks Law Firm in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Each week, Joey answers your questions about the law and how it affects you.
What are the penalties for a DUI first offense in Mississippi?
That's actually a bit of a trick question because it depends on certain factors. For your average Joe that's just driving to work every day and has a standard driver's license in Mississippi, then they're looking at suspension of their license for up to 90 days. They are looking at somewhere between a $250 and a $1,000 fine, up to 48 hours in jail, and having to possibly attend what's called a MASEP course or a victim's impact panel. If it is a commercial truck driver in Mississippi, then the penalties are much more severe in the sense that they lose their commercial driver's license for up to 1 year, which could put them out of work. And then we also have the individuals that are under the age of 21, depending on their blood alcohol content, they could be looking at a fine of $250 and a suspension of their license for 90 days, along with that MASEP course I mentioned earlier. The real difference is they don't have the 48 hours in jail, and they don't have the fine up to $1,000, depending on their blood alcohol content.
Is there any way I can be found not guilty?
Absolutely. It's not unusual to have a case dismissed or to go to trial and have an individual found not guilty. In fact, the very first trial I ever did was a DUI second offense, and the individual was found not guilty on all the charges. And it depends on a lot of things. Depends on the facts that are created at the time the individual is pulled over. Did the officer have reasonable suspicion or probable cause even to stop them? If they don't have that, then the rest is cut off and doesn't matter. And on top of that, officers are human beings too. They make mistakes, they overlook entering data, things like that are required in order to prosecute someone successfully for a DUI in Mississippi. So it is very possible to get a not guilty verdict on a DUI.
If I'm found guilty, do I have to do jail time? And I know we talked about this before.
That's right, and it can carry up to 48 hours in jail if you are found guilty. A common approach, though, is we ask for credit given for any time that was served when you were initially arrested. It might have taken you 6 hours, 12 hours to bond out of jail. And we would ask for credit for that time served, and we ask the court to suspend the remaining time quite often, which they will usually do, because the purpose of courts is not to just rake people over the coals and end their jobs. They understand they want people to remain productive citizens in society. So quite often they'll suspend that, and there's an alternative where you can go and attend a victim's impact panel, and that would substitute for the 48 hours in jail.
Can I plead to a lesser offense?
In Mississippi, you cannot plead to a lesser offense than a DUI first offense. Unfortunately, the law is very clear on that.
What's the legal limit in Mississippi?
And again, as I said, the very first question was a trick question. This is as much of a trick question, because for your person just driving to and from work with your normal Mississippi driver's license, the legal limit's 0.08. That's the blood alcohol content. BAC is what you'll see it referred to quite often. But a 0.08 is the legal limit for your average person. Now, if you are a commercial truck driver, that limit goes down to 0.04 blood alcohol content. And if you are a minor in the state of Mississippi, they have what is called a zero tolerance for minors, and that level goes all the way down to 0.02. And once a minor gets up to the 0.08 level, they're treated just like an adult would be treated.
Thanks for listening to Ask a Lawyer with attorney Joey Franks at the Franks Law Firm in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Call attorney Franks for a free consultation at 601-773-7777. His website is thefrankslawfirm.com.